scholars. How are you all? I hope you all are doing good. I, Yogita Singh, an English educator from Countryside International School. As in our previous video, we already started our first lesson from students' book, that is An Unplanned Journey. So today in this video, we are going to continue with that lesson.
So scholars, in our previous video, we already started our first lesson, that is An Unplanned Journey. And on that day, I told you to make a list of the things which you would like to pack for your journey. And I hope you have already prepared it. Let's recall our story. In our story, there are two characters, that is Mr. Phileas Fogg, and he was a master, and Passepartout, he was an attender. Mr. Phileas Fogg was very punctual, and one day he came early to his house, and he planned to move for Dover and Calais. And Passepartout, by listening this, he was very astonished, he was very surprised. But Mr. Phileas Fogg said that they both has to go to travel around the world in 80 days. Okay, till here we finished on that day, and today we are going to start our story. Okay, so let's start our story. Passepartout tried to reply but could not. He went out and fell into a chair. He muttered, "That's good." That is, and I, who wanted to remain quiet, he mechanically set about making the preparations for departure. What happened? Passepartout, when his master told that they have to go around the world in 80 days, then at that time Passepartout tried to give reply, tried to say something, but he couldn't. He went out and fell into a chair. Then after a few minutes he went out and fell into a chair. He muttered. He muttered means he said something to himself very slowly. That's good. That is, and I, who wanted to remain quiet. He said to himself that the plan which his master made is actually good. And at that time I remained quiet. That is also good. He mechanically set about making the preparations for departure. He is trying to prepare himself mentally that he has to go, and he has to do some preparations. Around the world in 80 days. Was his master a fool? No. Was this a joke? Then as it's written here that he muttered, means now he is talking to himself. So he is asking question and giving reply to his questions, that around the world in 80 days. He is very surprised. Was his master a fool? Means his master made this plan that they will cover the whole world in 80 days. Whether his master a fool? Then giving answer, no, his master is not fool. Was this a joke? Then he is asking question again that was this a joke? Then giving answer, no. Then they were going to Dover, good. To Calais, good again. After all, Passepartout, who had been away from France 5 years, means he is so surprised, and at the same time he is so happy. Why? That they are going to Dover and Calais. He is far from France since 5 years. Would not be sorry to set foot on his native soil again. Since 5 years he was far from France, and again when he is getting chance to move Dover or to move Calais, he is not feeling sorry for that. He want to go to his native soil, he want to go to his native place. Perhaps they would go as far as Paris, and it would be good to see Paris once more. So what he is thinking that maybe they will reach to Paris, and it's good feeling for him that he will see Paris again. By 8 o'clock, Passepartout had packed the carpet bag containing the garments of his master and himself. So, here again it's mentioned time, that by 8 o'clock Passepartout had packed the carpet bag. Why he packed the carpet bag? Because his master said that they need only three pairs clothes and nothing else, because they will purchase whatever they need, they can purchase on the way. So he packed his carpet bag. Passepartout packed his carpet bag, and he took his master's garment and his own garments. Then, still troubled, he carefully shut the door of his room and came down. What happened? As his master's instruction, he came down after packing his carpet bag. Mr. Fogg was quite ready. His master was ready. Under his arm might have been observed a red-bound copy of Bradshaw's Continental Railway Steam Transit and General Guide. He saw when he came down, Passepartout, when he came down, he saw that his master is quite ready, and under his arm he have something. What he had? He had Railway Steam Transit and General Guide, in which it's mentioned that the timings of trains and steamers, with its timetables showing the arrival and departure of steamers and railways. He took the carpet bag, opened it, and slipped into it goodly roll of currency notes. Who took? His master. Okay, Mr. Phileas Fogg. He took the carpet bag from Passepartout, and what he kept in that? He kept goodly roll of currency notes. He kept some money in that, and what he said to his attender? "You have forgotten nothing?" asked he. He asked that, "Have you packed everything, or you forgot anything?" Then his attender said, Passepartout said, "Nothing, Monsieur." Monsieur, I told you in previous video that meaning of Monsieur is sir, respectfully when we are saying to someone. My mackintosh and cloak. My mackintosh and cloak means, who asked this? Yes, his master, Mr. Phileas Fogg. He asked about his raincoat. "Here they are." "Good. Take this carpet bag," handing it to Passepartout. "Take good care of it, for there are 20,000 pounds in it." Then what Mr. Phileas Fogg said that, "Yes, okay, have you taken everything?" Passepartout said yes. Then he said, "Okay, good. Take this carpet bag." Again he gave that carpet bag to Passepartout, and with instruction that take care of this bag, because there are 20,000 pounds in it, because Mr. Phileas Fogg kept some money. And how much money he kept? He kept 20,000 pounds in that carpet bag. Passepartout nearly dropped the bag, as if the 20,000 pounds were in gold and weighed him down. So he was so surprised by listening the amount, that 20,000 pounds, and first he took bag from Mr. Phileas Fogg, and after hearing that amount, he dropped the bag. He dropped the bag in the way that pounds were in gold and weighed him down. But why he dropped the bag? By hearing the amount. It was a huge amount. Master and man then descended. The street door was double locked, and they took a cab which stopped before the railway station at 20 minutes past 8. 20 minutes past 8. At 8 o'clock, Passepartout came down, and at 20 minutes past 8, they reached where? They reached to railway station. Before coming, what they did? They checked their door, and it was double locked. They took cab. That cab dropped them into the railway station. Okay, at what time they reached railway station? They reached railway station at 20 minutes past 8. Passepartout jumped off the box and followed his master, who paid the cabman and was about to enter the station. Okay, Passepartout came out from the cab and he followed his master. And what his master was doing, he paid money to the cabman, and after paying money, he entered the railway station. A poor beggar woman with a child in her arms, her naked feet smeared with mud, her shoulders covered in a ragged shawl, approached and asked for alms. Okay, so when they entered railway station, what they saw, that there was a poor beggar woman, and she with her child, and she came to Mr. Phileas Fogg, and here it's the description of that woman. Her naked feet, she was a beggar, and she was not having any slipper or any footwear in her feet, and it was smeared with mud. Smeared means it was mashed with mud. Her shoulders covered in a ragged shawl. Ragged shawl means it was torn. Approached and asked for alms. She asked, alms means something to eat or something, some amount of money she asked. Mr. Fogg took out the 20 guineas he had just won at cards and handed them to the beggar, saying, "Here, my good woman, I am glad that I met you," and passed on. So what happened? Mr. Fogg, in starting we read that Mr. Phileas Fogg, when he was coming out from the Reform Club, at that time he won 20 guineas by playing cards in Reform Club. So the money which he won, he gave that money, he gave that guineas to that beggar woman, and he said that, what he said, very good words he said to that woman, that "Here, my good woman, I am glad that I met you," and passed on. He said that he was very glad by meeting that beggar, by meeting that woman, and he gave 20 guineas to that woman. Okay, thank you, scholar, and I hope that in last video I told you to write hard words and words to know. I hope you finished that work. Today again I will send you some hard words and words to know of this related page, and in next video we will do rest of the part of this lesson, and after that I will send you exercise of this lesson, and take care of yourself. Bye bye.